Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought we'd talk about nostalgia. Loving someone and your player and holding on to the past can screw you for generations. Now, this is coming from a disgruntled, I guess you could say, Detroit fan in his 20s that grew up watching the Wings, and the Red Wings were the pinnacle of sports. You know, the Red Wings and the Spurs were like the organizations, right? And the Patriots. Do everything you can. The Patriots cut ties with Brady. They didn't suck too much. They made the playoffs next year, right? Spurs got rid of their guys, recycled. The best example I can think of is the Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, and Paul Pierce trade to the Brooklyn Nets. You know, you had your big three. I guess Jason Terry kind of. You had your big two. And your guys, they were your two franchise guys. You thought of Celtics growing up. It was the big ticket, Mr. Kevin Garnett, and it was Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo. Rondo left, Ray Allen left, and they said, you know what, screw it, get out of town. They got rid of him, and what did they get back? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and then Isaiah Thomas. That pick got like flipped and turned into Kyrie Irving, whatever. But you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, two of the best young wings in the league, on the same team, and now Tatum's going to be a Celtic for life. Maybe not Jaylen Brown. I mean, I'd be shocked if either one of them leaves, but you know, Jason Tatum's gonna be a Celtic till he retires, and he's a hell of a basketball player. I know I hated him a lot, and I joke that his favorite thing to do is to sell on FanDuel boosts, but he's an unbelievable basketball player, and you got rid of your guy for him. When I think of the Wings, I mean, they're paying Datsuk for a long time. They're paying Zetterberg for a long time. Granted, I love these guys. I would grow up. I mean, we'd all be wearing it. We'd be playing mini sticks. We'd all be doing our best Datsuk impressions, trying to do all the stick handling and stuff. Cronwall, my favorite guys growing up. You got Cronwall. Like we would be like walking in like the hallways at school, and you'd like hit someone as hard as you can into the locker, just being guys, and it was like, you got Cronwall. Like that was it, right? Growing up that was your team. Pistons were the same way. Like those guys were also good. When Ben Wallace got traded from the Pistons, I cried. Looking back, it was a good thing. I mean, got maybe a little bit out of him. But if you look at some of these teams that are reaching a time where they need to start to reset a little bit, you look at a team like the Warriors, and I think that they have the smartness to be able to reset. Granted, they made a good trade. They tanked 1 year, and they were pretty good with getting assets. And obviously they drafted really well with Jordan Poole, so they can kind of reset on the run. But you know, you just want to make sure that some of these old guys don't really screw your franchise. Like, nostalgia is great. The Cavs are really good now. If LeBron tries to join the Cavs in free agency, the Cavs should say, hell no. I know, obviously it would make him sad, but it'd be like, dude, listen, we got a really good thing going here. I don't want you to mess it up. I don't want you to mortgage the future and kill us. You look at the Warriors, and Draymond's really getting up there. Can you find a guy to replace Draymond? Can you get him to take a pay cut? Because if he wants to get paid, you got to get out. If Klay Thompson, who's gotten a lot better now, you know, if he gets hurt again, or if he's slowing down again, do you trade him to a team while you still can? Maybe. If you look at, you know, Curry, obviously he's probably the one you want to keep around because the way he plays, I'm sure he can play for another like 10 years. But he's gotten hurt a ton recently, right? His ankle always was giving him stuff. Now it's a shoulder. Do you just try to move on from him? Probably not, but you don't want to be like the Wings and be paying a bunch of retired guys. Like Franzen, we had getting paid for a few years after the fact he was gone. So, you know, you look at a team like the Capitals, Ovechkin, right? As soon as he gets that record, if he's not going to retire and he's just going to keep playing, get older and older, maybe deal him to the West and get a bunch of picks back and try to rehash everything and keep going forward. Because you look at a team like the Seahawks, right? Their guy, Russell Wilson. You think of it, when you close your eyes and you think of the Seahawks, you think of the 12th man, a Big 12. You think of the Legion of Boom. You think of Pete Carroll, and you think of Russell Wilson. Probably Russell Wilson first. And they traded him. They said, see ya, dude. You're out of here. What'd they get back? Geno Smith, franchise quarterback, somehow. They got a few picks back as well. I mean, they're going to get pick 5 in the draft. Could that be your next franchise quarterback? Could that be a guy like Tyree Wilson? If the draft goes crazy, could that be a guy like Will Anderson? That's a generational talent on defense. And then you got another pick, I think, next year too. And you've saved some salary cap. You kind of rebuild and reinvest the roster. The Seahawks were the number 1 favorite to be the worst team this year, but they are able to have good cohesion. They trade away their star. They got some assets, and they can keep rolling again, right? They could draft like Will Levis at 5, go with Geno for 2 years, and be fine. So it's just very interesting to see that nostalgia and its effect on franchises. Because like, we want to have our guy. We want to retire as our team. No. Okay, they can do the one-day contracts, but people are always going to remember them there. If anyone outside of the area of Tampa Bay were to tell you that, were to answer a question, I bet even then would be honest too. How would Tom Brady be known as? Well, he's going to go in as what? What jersey to go in as? I mean, come on. Obviously, it's the Patriots, right? They traded that. They didn't trade him, but they let him loose, let him go, and they moved on. They have Mac Jones now, who's a solid quarterback. But if they would have kept Brady this year, would they have screwed the future? Maybe they wouldn't have played as many young guys. They'd have been a little bit stuck. Because look at the Buccaneers now. Kyle Trask, he was a great quarterback in Florida. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see it right now. Obviously, I could, age like milk, and I'd kind of love it too because I do like Kyle Trask. That him and that Pitts team, and I mean Kadarius Toney too. That team was awesome. The shoe throw game in the fog against LSU, and then they went and almost beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. I don't mind it. I'm just saying in general, don't let the nostalgia ruin your franchise. It's emotions are gonna run high. It'd be sad when you cut or trade your guy you like. It'd be a lot of kids that'll cry like I was when I was a younger kid. But you got to move on. You got to move on. You got to move on. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you like it. Hope you subscribe. Comment and let me down below if you agree with my takes or if you've had a franchise that's hold on to someone too long and it's screwed you in the long term. Think about the Philadelphia Eagles. They got rid of a quarterback and a coach that won a Super Bowl. Gone. New quarterback, new coach, almost won a Super Bowl. Crazy. So, don't let nostalgia ruin you. So, thank you. See you next time. Peace.